welcome back to the program, everyone. Yes, that was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
We do hope that you've been enjoying the program so far. As promised, we have been joined by Bradford. Am I saying your last name?
Wasson.
Wasson.
Yeah.
Bradford Wasson. So thank you very much.
Thank you
Actually,
so much.
Brenda Mayrack reached out and asked if we could talk about this. So we read the announcement a while ago. Tell us a little bit about your program and why you started it.
Sure. So my program is called DevX Camp, and DevX Camp is a front-end development and user experience camp for Wilmington City youth. We also have some college students from DCAT that are participating, and it's a 5-session course to teach students the very basics of HTML and CSS, which drives every website that there is. And then we're also trying to teach them user experience principles, because it's not good enough just to know how to code. You have to know who your user is, why they're there, and then how to build a purposeful site. And the reason really behind the program is, as a city resident, I felt like I needed to do something to give back to my community. I'm a lifelong Delawarean and Wilmington resident. I left for a year and a half to go out to Las Vegas to work at Zappos.com and needed a little break, but ultimately I came back to the city. I came back for Capital One, and when I came back, what has always kind of disturbed me was just the violence in the city. And the number of shooting incidents is incredible. From even the time that I've started the program in April to now, to see the incident number go from 75 to 105 is shocking.
Right?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, and I live in Union Park Gardens, and so I asked myself, what could I do to make a difference? And I know design, I have a design background, and I have a lot of good friends that are developers, and they're all self-taught developers. They didn't go to college for development, they went to college for business and finance and many other degrees, but they've all ended up as front-end developers, and they all make incredible salaries. And I asked myself, how could we start an education program, a camp, that would be geared towards Wilmington City youth at no cost to the student, where we could find computers, find a lab, and bring kids in and teach them to code. So that's what we've done. So we're running a pilot session right now, and our pilot is 5 sessions. We've had the first 4 already. We just wrapped up our second this weekend. We started with 15 students, we're down to 10.
Okay.
And it's been great. Yeah, it's been truly incredible to watch students have no knowledge whatsoever of code. And the first weekend they built this really basic 4-page site, and we had 2 high school students come up and they said, how can I bring this home? I want to show my friends.
Right.
I want to show my parents that I can build this.
One of the reasons that I was so interested in this when Brenda reached out was because in my current job, which is a kind of a new role for me, every single thing that you mentioned in that post is meetings that I'm involved with now.
Okay.
That as a grown woman who has been working my entire life, I know nothing about.
Yeah.
So I felt like if we could get our youth on the ground floor with this user experience, UX, all this language, architecture, all these things that I am like sitting here listening to these conference calls, like taking notes furiously. If we could get them started on that now, that would be incredible. Free of cost, that's amazing. So we're very excited to have you here. I know that this program's already started for this session, but Brad, do you know any time?
So yes.
Go ahead.
So we're tentatively looking at doing another 5 or 6 session course starting on July 29th and running on Saturdays in August. We're still trying to firm up details and make sure instructors are available, and also make sure DCAT has been our tremendous partner as a site location, and we need to make sure that DCAT has space available for us as well.
So that's where you're meeting now?
That's where, we're meeting at the Delaware College of Art and Design.
Okay.
I'm an alumni of the school from one of their very first classes, and did some arm twisting at the president and said, would you please host us?
How long are the sessions?
The sessions are from 8:30 to 5 p.m.
Okay.
We are running, we were running Friday and Saturday, but the new camp will be on Saturdays from 8:30 to 5.
So this is just the whole straight week going through?
No, so it'll just be a Saturday session, and then every Saturday Saturdays.
Only on Saturdays?
Yeah, only on Saturdays, because I still have my day job to go to.
Do they have homework?
They do have homework.
Okay.
And DCAT was very generous and opened up lab space to students, so that students that don't have access to computers and don't have access to the internet can come in and use DCAT's lab space free of charge, and do their homework
That's
as well.
amazing.
Now, what would you say to a student, because you just mentioned there's 15 students, you went down to 10.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say someone is watching and want their kids to be interested
Yep.
in it, and might think, coding, that's hard. What would you say to the kid to let them know it's not hard, it's something you could probably gravitate to and pick up?
It's completely attainable, and we've broken it down so that you have a win from your very first day. You have a win every session. You're going to walk away with some new knowledge, and you're going to walk away with, I've got this. We don't let anyone leave the room with a feeling of, I'm stuck. We've also opened ourselves up to be fairly available by, again, email, text, phone calls, chat rooms for as students are finishing their homework. If they have questions, we're available. We don't want someone to hit a brick wall and say, I can't do this.
Can I come tape next Saturday morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
going to take up space for a kid.
I'm not gonna take up any space. Thanks,
I have
Brad.
one more question.
We have 1 minute left.
This is real quick. A lot of the violence is based on these kids not making enough money. And when we first met, I asked you, in coding, they can make some good money.
Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, a starting salary is $50,000 to $60,000 for someone that has 2 years of, maybe experience, and that's not experience as a job. That's just 2 years of knowledge of
That's
it.
amazing.
So that's our goal. Our ultimate goal is to take this boot camp and make it into a 6 or 12-month training session.
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah,
Thank you
Thank
very
you so much
for doing this. So I will reach out to you about Saturday. I'll
Yes.
stop by.
Yeah.
After the ridiculous workout that he forces
Excellent.
on us.
Thank you so much.
And we'll play it on the program and get some interest and see what else
Yeah.
we can do to help out, because I think this is amazing. Thank you, Brad.
Yeah, thank you so much.